but I don't remember a sit down, meeting of like, hear ye, what is the new name? We can no longer use Lumberjack. But I do remember it just being like an important conversation that kept being passed around to everybody. And then it, again, to my memory, I feel like I would credit, and you probably know all of this better because you just watched that documentary, but I would credit it to Ted Stevens. His point being that Saddle Creek was the road that he would always take to get up to the Oberst house, which was one of the, that was one of the main hangs that we all had was, Matt, Connor, and Justin is their parents' house.
Yeah.
And they lived next door to Bart Volkmer, and Bart Volkmer was part of our scene too. He was in Smash Mouth, if you're familiar, as our Steve Peterson and Clint and Bart's band before Smash Mouth.
Yeah.
they had the name first. They were a great band. And so that was just, I kind of remember that just being floated around, and like, to me, it's like, yeah, that makes sense. That's it was just kind of like picking a name, but we wanted it also to be something that meant something to us. And Saddle Creek is a through way to where a lot of us were living at the time.
Beautiful. Is it also a creek or just a road?
Yeah, I guess so. Like, I think that it was. I think, or maybe it was.
It died in the Dust Bowl.
Yeah, it's definitely. It's definitely a floodplain of sorts. I know that specifically because one of the bars that we have is right on Saddle Creek. It gets flooded the shit out of it. It's
wow,
just awful. Yeah, so it's kind of in between. It's like it's a creek. It's all a street. There's no creek there anymore. But I mean, maybe like 100 years ago there was.
Yeah. Well, it's beautifully authentic and intriguing, and it like adds to the like. I can envision this place where these guys are. This is all coming from. All right. So you mentioned, good.
No, I was just gonna say that helps me recall it. There were some issues, before we finally decided on the name, there was like those hiccups were kind of things like saddle. You don't have like word saddle in there, it's kind of a, it's kind of connotes, something kind of more country Western and
yeah.
But yeah, because it's just I wonder how Saddle Creek looks, how people envision it. Like the way you mentioned it is funny because for us it's like absolutely it's just a road.